Few people, huh? Rain effect. Okay. So there's continuous rain in Hyderabad since yesterday, correct? Okay, let's jump on. So, did you complete it? Beanstalk? Not yet. Anyone completed Beanstalk? You haven't tried, or you are getting errors? Not tried, huh? Online? How about you? Did you try Beanstalk? Okay, Karthik done. How about others? In progress? Something? Yes, no. Okay, all right. No problem. So please take your time and then do it. So today, let's jump on to the next important service. So which is the service do you think that we are taking today? S3, yes. Role does not exist. PN Rao, in that case, select create role. Don't select the second one. Select the first one, first option. Because I already created multiple times. That's the reason why I have the role. That's why I selected the second option. But you should be selecting the first option. Okay. And that should work. Okay, so let's jump on to today's topic, which is S3. Okay. So what is the full form of S3? Simple storage service. Okay. Yeah. Simple storage service. And do you remember we already discussed a little bit on S3, right? So S3 is a simple storage service, and S3 is what based storage? S3 is what based storage? S3 is object based storage. S3 is object based storage. And what do we do in S3? We can, okay, in S3, you can store all kind of files. Yes. Is it possible to install anything in S3? Huh? No. You can only download, upload, and access files from S3. What do you know? What do you know? The files in S3 can be executed. The files in S3 cannot be executed. Is it possible to install operating system database in S3? Not possible. You cannot install OS, DB, etc. in S3. So S3 is limited storage or unlimited storage? Unlimited storage. S3 is unlimited storage. I'll write that. S3 is unlimited storage. Okay. And S3 supports static website hosting. S3 support static website hosting. And what else do you know? S3 is cheaper than EC2. S3 is cheaper than EC2. S3 is server based or serverless? S3 is server based or serverless? S3 is serverless. In S3, what do we create? Buckets. What is a bucket? Can I say it is a container of objects? Bucket is a container of objects. And what is an object? Object is a, what is an object? Object is a file, no? Object is a file. And what is the name of the file called? Key. Or name of the object is called the key. So we know this. We already discussed all these things, correct? Okay. Now S3 is global or regional? Remember, S3 is global. And buckets are regional. So let us talk more about buckets now. Let us talk more on buckets. So none of buckets are regional, correct? Buckets are regional. And now tell me, we will be going and creating the buckets. And the bucket names should be universal. What is that? Universal. Bucket name should be universal. You can call it as universal or you can call it as unique. Let's say, for example, you are going and creating a bucket called test. Is it possible to create the bucket name called test? Not possible, because someone might have already created the test bucket. It is not only in your account, it is universal. So if any AWS guy in any account, they have created a bucket called test, will you able to create it? No. So someone has created my bucket. Can you create it my bucket name? No. So bucket names are universal and unique. Certification question. So bucket names are universal or unique. Bucket names are universal or unique. And guys, you created a bucket. Let's say in EC2, we have launched the EC2 instance in Mumbai region. Can you see the same EC2 in Ireland region at the same time? Not possible, correct? Because it is regional. But whereas S3 is global. S3 is global. That meaning you can create a bucket called, let's say bucket 1, and bucket 1 is in Mumbai region. Okay. And bucket 2, you create it and it is in Ireland region. Guys, in S3, everything will be shown in one place only. All your buckets can be seen from one console only. In one console only, you can see all the buckets in different regions. It is not like EC2. In EC2, it is specific to region. But whereas you create 10 buckets in different regions, all the buckets can be seen in one console only. Right? That is S3 is global. So is it possible to create bucket under bucket? Not possible. So nested buckets are not possible. Let's say you created a bucket called hello, for example. Can you create a sub bucket? Not possible. Bucket under bucket? Not possible. Can you create a folder inside it? Yes. Folder, it is possible. But bucket under bucket? No. So the main directory, the main bucket, we call it as bucket. The main directory is called bucket. Inside that, whatever you create, you call it as subfolders. Subfolders. Okay. Nice. So bucket under bucket. Bucket under bucket. So, or else can I call it as no nested buckets. Bucket under bucket cannot be created. Okay. Can you create the buckets in different regions? Yes. You can create buckets in different regions. Okay, guys. So now you create a bucket. Generally, you create a bucket. That bucket by default would be public or private. What do you say? You create a bucket. Generally, you went and created a bucket. That will be public or private? It should be private only. Correct? Obviously, whenever you go and create something in AWS, it should be private. It cannot be public unless we go and enable it. So by default, buckets are private. By default, buckets are private. If required, can you make it public? Yes. And also, how many maximum buckets you can create in one region? or in account is 100. How many? So maximum how many buckets you can create in your account? 100. Not per region, per account. How many you can create? 100. Certification question. So here by default, buckets are private. If required, you can make it public. How many maximum buckets you can create? Yes, maximum number of buckets you can create in S3 is 100. And that too, this is the soft limit. What is this called? Soft limit. Chitti, if required, can you increase it? If required, can you increase the number of bucket by contacting AWS? Yes, possible. Understood? Slowly, smoothly. Is it clear? The left side one, whatever we have learned, that we have learned already before. And today we are learning about the buckets. So now tell me, buckets are regional or global? Buckets are regional or global? Regional. So bucket names should be universal or not? It should be universal. Bucket under bucket, is it possible to create? No. So can you create the buckets in different regions? Yes. By default, your buckets are public or private? Private. If required, can you make it public? How many buckets you can create? Super. Simple. Let's say, for example, assume you are creating a bucket. This is a bucket. Okay. So you are creating a bucket which is private, and I'm creating in Mumbai region. And the bucket name is, let's say, 6 p.m. bucket. You can create a bucket, 6 p.m. bucket. Okay, I created a bucket here, and inside this, can I create folder? I can create folder. I am creating a folder called photos. Inside this subfolder photos, can I upload one photo called puppy.jpg? Yes, I can upload it. Guys, you definitely might have worked with Google Drive. Yes or no? You uploaded some files in Google Drive? Yes. For each and every file in Google Drive, will have a URL to access? Yes or no? Yes or no? So for every document or every file in the Google Drive will have the URL to access it. Similarly, here also, if you want to access puppy.jpg, there will be URL, no? There should be an URL. And that URL, we call it as object URL or endpoint. What is the URL you call? Object URL. Or you can call it as endpoint, or you can call it as object URL. So using that object URL, you will be accessing the puppy.jpg. Every file will have the URL to access. Okay. Got it? So, you know, how does the URL look like? It looks like this: https:// 6 p.m. bucket, right? Dot s3 dot ap minus south minus 1 dot amazon aws.com / photos / puppy.jpg. Guys, this is also a certification question. So generally in certification, they will give this URL and ask, by seeing this URL, can you tell me what is the bucket name? What is the bucket name? 6 p.m. bucket is the bucket name. This is the bucket name. Okay. So this bucket is created in which region by using this URL? Mumbai. So can you see this? AP minus South minus 1. This is Mumbai. So by seeing this, can you identify your bucket is created in Mumbai? Yes, this is your region. And by seeing the service, can you tell me which AWS service is this? S3. Do you see this S3? This is service name. And this is AWS domain, AWS Amazon.com. This is AWS. This is a AWS domain. Ah, what is photos? What is photos? Photos. Photos is a subfolder, no? Photos is the subfolder. Folder. Chiti, in S3, we should not call it as subfolder. We should be calling now this as prefix. What is this called? What is this called? Prefix. Everyone, what is this called? Prefix. Subfolders is called as prefix. Can you create a folder under folder? Oh, yes, it is like your Windows machine. You can create folder under folder. PN Rao. Okay, what is puppy.j? What? Okay, now this photos is prefix, and what is .jpg called? .jpg is called suffix. What is this called? Suffix. And what is puppy.jpg called? Yes, puppy.jpg is called the object. Puppy.jpg is called object. Guys, now let's say you have a subfolder called photos, and you have a under that you have puppy.jpg. Okay. And if you want to access puppy.jpg, you should be accessing photos subfolder also, no? Without having subfolder, can you access directly puppy.jpg? No. Right? So for that reason, including photos and puppy.jpg, the whole thing we call it as key. So if I want to access puppy.jpg, I should be accessing photos also, subfolder. So the entire photos and then puppy.jpg, the whole thing we call it as key. Only puppy.jpg is called object. So guys, if you see the URL, can you easily postmortem and then easily find out what is what? Understood? From the URL? Yes, key is equal to always, it should be with the subfolder prefix plus object. Is it clear till here? Any questions? If you have any questions, please ask directly. So by seeing this URL, see guys, by seeing this URL, this part is identified as a bucket name, and this is identified as your AWS service, and this is identified as a region, and this is identified as a AWS domain, and this is a subfolder which we call it as prefix, and puppy.jpg is the object, and .jpg is the suffix, and the whole photos and puppy.jpg is the key. Understood, Vinith? Okay. And now, so S3 is warm model. What model is this? Warm model. Generally, you tell me in S3, it is recommended to read or write more. In S3, it is mostly used for what purpose? Read purpose or write purpose? Read purpose only, no? Right? Google Drive. Will you keep on writing on Google Drive? You will be keep on reading from the Google Drive. Similarly, here also, S3 is mostly used for read purpose. You can also write less, read more. So here, warm meaning, write once, read many. What is called? Write once, read many. That's why we call it as warm model. Is it clear? Everyone, is this clear till here? CC, till here? Any questions? No hurry. Aram say, please ask if you have not understood anything. No hurry at all. Nice. Okay. Now let's talk about S3 versioning. What is an S3 versioning? What is generally versioning? What is general version called? What is version? Yes, you can, Sufyan. You can. Generally, what is version? Update. You have the versions, right? So if you suppose you have one file and you have modified this 3 times, all those three things will all its numbers. I mean, those are versions only, no? Latest version, previous version, right? Updates. So in S3 also we can do the versioning concept. In S3 also we can do versioning concept. How? Let's say you have a very important bucket in production environment. Very important bucket. All of a sudden, Pusuk, someone went and deleted your object or deleted your file. Can you get it back? No. Generally, you cannot get it back. But if you have enabled the versioning, can you get it back? Yes. All the deleted items, it will be there. You can always get your, whichever the version that you want, you can go and get the version. So can we say version is like a backup tool? Can we say that? So let me write, version is like a backup tool. Versioning is like a backup tool. Okay. So whenever you create a bucket, by default, this versioning is not enabled. If at all you required, enable it. Otherwise, don't enable it. Because remember, let's say you have 10,000 files. How many? 10,000 files are there in your bucket. Instead of calling files, can we call it as objects? So you should make a habit of calling it as object, not files. Okay, you have 10,000 objects and you have enabled versioning for this. That meaning how many times the user has modified those 10,000 files, those many versions will be created in the backend. So for 10,000 files, you are paying 5,000 rupees. As you have enabled the versioning and they are doing multiple updates, so multiple versions will be created in the backend. So your amount will be doubled. Your amount, the price will be doubled. So guys, so by default, this versioning is enabled or not enabled? Not enabled. If required, you can go and enable it. So if you see that your data is very critical and if someone's accidentally deleted it, can you restore it? Yes, you can restore it. Understood? So versioning is by default enabled or not enabled? Yes. While creating the bucket, guys, and also this versioning can be enabled while creating the bucket. When you're creating the bucket, it asks, Babu, do you need versioning? Yes or no? Enable or disable? By default, it is disabled. If required, you can go and enable it. So whenever you enable the, and that too, this versioning is enabled on the bucket level or object level. It is enabled on the bucket level. Because let's say you have 10, 20,000 objects are there. Is it possible for you to go and enable for 20,000? No, that's the reason why we will be enabling the versioning on the bucket level, but will be applied to objects. The versioning will be enabled on the bucket and will be applied to objects. Getting it? Now, so by default, versioning is not enabled on the bucket. By default, versioning is not. Yes, not from some object. It is enabled on the bucket level, Arpita. Okay. It is enabled on the bucket level. So automatically all the objects will get. Whatever the objects are getting written, those versions will be created. If the objects are not written multiple times, version will not be created. Simple. So versioning is enabled on the bucket level and applied on object level. Getting it? Why we need versioning? You have let's say your college days photos are there in your S3 bucket. your friends' photos. First year friend, second year friend, third year friend, different photos, right? And then all of a sudden you want to see, and someone, your brother or your mom or someone who went and deleted all your photos. What will happen? Your heart will break. Yes or no? So if you want to restore it, is it possible to restore? No. But if you have enabled the versioning, you can restore it. Now tell me why we need versioning? It got answered no, for backup purpose. Okay. So, and remember versioning, version I. So whenever the versions will be created in the backend, there will be an ID for it. That ID will be unique or same? It will be unique. Version ID is always unique. Okay, let me go ahead and then visualize this for you. For example, I went and created a bucket. This is a bucket. So this is called 6 p.m. version bucket demo, something. Okay, 6 p.m. version bucket demo. So this is the bucket I have created, guys. Listen, this is the bucket I have created. So by default, versioning is enabled or disabled? Disabled. Should we go and enable while creating a bucket? Yes. Assume that I created a bucket and while creating, versioning is enabled. I have enabled the version. What is the bucket name here? 6 p.m. version bucket demo. Now versioning is enabled. I went and uploaded one object, one file, which is called puppy.jpg. I uploaded a object. Now I updated this 3 times. How many times? I updated this puppy.jpg or I uploaded this puppy.jpg 3 times. How many versions will be created? 3 versions will be created. Version 1, version 2, version 3. Which is the latest version? Huh? Yes, this is the latest version. So if I uploaded another time, 4th time, version 4 will be created. Yes or no? So that will be the latest version. So now, but if I uploaded another file called index.html, can I go and upload another file in my bucket? Yes. And this index.html, and I uploaded this for 3 times again. Why I always say 3 times? Because I don't have space here. That's the reason why I'm putting 3 times. Again, version 1. This is version 2, version 3. Which one is the latest version here? Latest version. This is the latest version. Okay. Now, guys, someone went and deleted my object. Now, someone went and deleted my object. Can you restore it? So whenever someone went and accidentally or purposefully or intentionally, unintentionally, someone has deleted your object. Once it is deleted, guys, for the latest version, a marker is applied. What marker is that? Delete marker. What marker? Everyone, what is that marker called? Delete marker. So for your latest version, delete marker is applied. Whenever you see delete marker, that meaning your original object is Damal. It's gone. So if someone has deleted the original object in your versioning for your latest version, what is the marker that will be applied? Delete marker will be applied. Delete marker. Okay, now how to restore it? It is simple. Delete this delete marker. If you delete this delete marker, automatically this version, latest version will be restored. Your object will be restored. Yes, morally correct. Guys, understood? So if someone deleted your original object, If someone deleted original object, in versioning, what is the marker will be applied? Delete marker is applied. How do you restore it? Delete the delete marker and your object will be automatically restored. Clear? Everyone clear how to restore it? Okay. So I'll write it here. So delete marker will be just a label that will be applied to your latest version. Okay. You cannot have a delete marker backup again. So if you delete the original object, what will happen? Delete marker is applied on the latest version, correct? And then if you want to restore, if you want the object to be restored, what you need to do? Yes, delete the delete marker and your object is restored automatically. So you should not use the word called remove. You should use the word called delete. Okay, now you don't want latest version. Can you restore version 2 also? Yes. But remember, version 2 will not be restored automatically. Which is the version that will be restored automatically? Latest version will be restored automatically. But if you want previous version to be restored, what you need to do? Download it and then upload it again. Is it possible to download your version files? Yes. Can you download your version files? V2, V1 and all. You can download it. Is it possible to download delete marker? Answer is no. So you have a question now. Is it possible to download the versioning files? Answer is yes. So let's say, for example, index.html, I don't want version 3. I want version 1. Can you download the version 1 and upload it back again? Yes. Getting it? Okay. So if you want to restore the old version, download and upload it back to S3. Okay. Delete marker is applied only to the latest version. Old or previous versions so delete marker is applied only to the latest version. Can you download your old versions? You can download it. Guys, if you're not understanding, please let me know. I'll help you out. Okay. Not for old or previous versions. Is it possible to download the delete marker? No. You cannot download the delete marker. What you do with the delete marker? Right? You can only delete it. So delete marker can only be deleted. You cannot download the delete marker. No need to download. That's what I say. You cannot download. You cannot. So how can we download deleted version 1 and version 2? How? See, how question Srikanth, we can see that in the lab. So Srikanth, you're asking how to download version 1 and version 2. Simple. Guys, if you go to the lab, there you will understand. So whenever you have the original object, if you go to versioning, nicely version 1, version 2, all the things will be there. You select it and then there will be an option called download. You can download it. Directly you can do it. There is no big deal. Okay. In lab, I'll show you out. Okay. So, yes, versioning concept is similar anywhere. So once you have enabled the versioning, you cannot disable it. Once you have enabled the versioning, you cannot disable it, but you can suspend it. What is that called? Actually, both are same. Disabling, suspend, both are same. But you should not use the word called disable. You should use the word called suspend. So once the versioning is once you have enabled, once you have enabled versioning, you cannot disable it, but you can suspend it. Getting it, guys? Okay, now see this carefully. Puppy.jpg, index.html, I have uploaded when versioning is enabled. Yes or no? Now I went and suspended versioning. So if you are suspending the versioning, do you expect to restore your deleted files? Do you expect to restore? You are going and suspending it purposefully. If you are suspending it, is it possible to restore it? No, you are stopping it, right? Okay, now you have suspended the versioning. Then I have uploaded some test.py or some file. I have uploaded test.py. Guys, see here. When I upload test.py, in the backend, latest version will be created. In the latest version will be there. But if I upload test.py multiple times, can you will it create version 1, version 2, version 3 files? No. Because you suspended it. You suspended it and you cannot expect to restore. You cannot expect to create the versionings here. So latest version will be there. But someone, okay, now you Pusuk deleted the file. Someone deleted it. Is it possible to restore? Is it possible to restore? Answer is no. You have suspended the versioning. No. How come can you restore? You cannot restore it. But guys, whenever you delete your original object, in the backend, delete marker is applied. But as a regular method, if you delete the delete marker, is it possible to restore it? Answer is no. You cannot restore it. Cannot restore. Huh? I'm talking about test.py. Third one. No. You are not suspending the objects here. You are not suspending a particular object. Okay. Versioning is enabled on the bucket level or object level? Bucket level. Versioning is enabled on the bucket level. On the bucket level only, you go and suspend it. Once you suspend it, for all the objects, it will be suspended. It is not a specific to object. Okay. So there is question. What about the previous objects version before some? I'll talk about that. What is the use of delete marker in this case? There is no use. Whenever you see delete marker, that meaning your original object got deleted. But if you are suspended the versioning, can you restore it? No. But can you see the delete marker? Yes. And also very important. Let's say puppy. Now tell me if the versioning status is suspended or enabled. Now suspended. Now I went and deleted puppy.jpg. Can you restore it? Answer is yes. Answer is yes. Because that was uploaded when versioning is enabled. That was uploaded when versioning is enabled. So whenever the versioning is suspended, the previous will be, there is no change on the previous objects. The next coming objects, that you cannot restore it. You got this point? You are now, that's what I said, Mishra, I already answered it. Okay, see, now what is the state of the versioning? Suspended. Yes or no? The first one, puppy.jpg, was uploaded when versioning is enabled. Now, versioning is suspended state. I went and deleted puppy.jpg. If I delete the puppy.jpg, can you restore it? Answer is yes. That's what I'm saying. So what if once you are suspended, the previous objects, there will not be any change. So you can enable, you can restore it. But next coming objects, when you upload it, that you cannot restore it because that is in the suspended state. Yes, can I restore index.html also? Yes, I can restore it. No issues. After suspended, what is the use of delete marker? Is there any use of the delete marker after suspension? No. So delete marker is a common thing. If you deleted the object, delete marker will be applied. If it is versioning is enabled, you can restore it. If versioning is suspended, you cannot restore it. Simple. But delete marker will be created when the object got deleted. That is common point. Is it clear, everyone? All your questions got answered? Those who are asking the questions, please put yes. Your questions got answered. Okay. So if you upload a object after versioning is suspended, okay, the latest version will be created as usual. Okay. But if you update the original object, versioning files are not created. If you suspend it, versioning files will be created. It is not created. So if you delete the original object, delete marker is applied. Yes or no? Delete marker is applied. If you delete the delete marker, object is restored? Object is not restored. So in suspended state, existing versioning files will not have any impact. I wrote this clearly now. So after you have enabled this, after you have enabled the versioning, now you suspended it. Again, can you go and enable the versioning? Enable it. And then as usual. And then after that, if you upload any files, versioning will be created? Obviously created. Right? And what will happen to the suspended files? When we are going to the lab, you can do all these permutation combinations. You can test it. Okay. So guys, in real time, we will not keep on testing like this. We'll try to upload and then we'll try to enable the versioning and we'll take the backup. What will happen that and then we'll do in lab. Okay. Is this clear till here, everyone? CC? Guys, in keyboard, there is a V letter. Before that, there is C. Press the 2 times so that you will get CC here for me. It's very hard for people to put CC. Huh? Fine. Okay. So if you put CC, then I'll understand that you understood very well. Okay. Some people are searching what Sarah told VCB letter. Huh? Okay. Okay. Very good. Now we learned about the versioning. That is good. So S3 is limited storage, unlimited storage. Unlimited storage. S3 is unlimited storage. So as it is unlimited storage, guys, these are all certification questions. We need to know what is the minimum size. So minimum size, minimum object size, perfect certification question. Minimum object size is 0 bytes. How much? What is the minimum object size you can upload? 0 bytes. And we need to know maximum also, no? Maximum object size is 5 terabyte. How much? 5 terabyte. Guys, sir, you told S3 is unlimited. But now why you are saying 5 terabyte maximum size and all? Guys, I'm talking about each file. Each object can be up to how much? 5 terabyte. Like this, can you upload n number of files? This is maximum object size, right? So you can have unlimited number of objects having 5 terabyte each in the bucket, correct? In a single bucket. So what is the maximum size of the object? Maximum size of the object 5 terabyte. So there is a 5 terabyte of a file. Will you go and upload 5 terabyte in one shot? See, guys, one object 5 GB file, if you want to upload using your internet, it will take 2 hours. So if you have 5 terabyte of file, is it possible to upload in one shot with our internet? So it is not possible. That's why AWS says that, Babu, for single put, in single upload, you can upload only maximum 5 GB. How much? 5 GB you can upload. In single put meaning in single upload. How much maximum size you can upload? 5 GB. So let's say, for example, sir, if I have 10 GB or 20 GB or 1 terabyte, how do I upload? So guys, for that, there is a concept called MPU. What is that? Multi-part upload. What is that? What you need to do is, let's say you have a 50 GB file. You can break the files in small chunks. You can break the files in small chunks and you try to upload it. And each chunk can be up to 5 GB. Understood? Very important certification question. So what is that called? Multi-part upload. In shortcut, MPU. So what is it? What does it do? It breaks the files into multiple chunks and upload it chunk by chunk into S3. So it is not our responsibility. Automatically, this MPU will take care of it, breaking the files. You need to just tell to break the files, automatically break it. And this will be done. This will be done through CLI. This will be done through CLI, not from console. And AWS recommend, if you have object which is greater than 100 MB, go for MPU. So guys, AWS saying, we have a very bad habit, no? If you have a file of 10 GB, you click on upload and select the 10 GB and wait for so many hours, correct? We don't have a patience to wait. So what we'll do, you upload this 10 GB and keep on waiting for 2, 3, 4 hours. But AWS is saying, Babu, if your file is even more than 100 MB, go and use MPU concept. What is MPU concept? Break the files into small files and upload it. Is it clear? Is this clear till here, everyone? What? Enough for today? Huh? Huh? Enough, huh? Oh, that too, you have learned too much today. You're saying enough, huh? Okay, don't worry. We'll go slowly, okay? I'll stop it here today. So we have just covered small things today. Okay. You feel today is overloaded? Not at all, right? But that's fine. Actually, that is my wrong question, right? I should never ask, is it enough today, huh? Okay, my bad. Okay, no problem. I'll stop it here today and I'll continue tomorrow. Take the screenshots. I can understand. Outside climate is very nice. Huh? And then, sir, I want to go and have tea, coffee, or I want to go for a ride. Huh? Okay, Macha, no problem. Go. 90. What go be? Not good for health. Nagur be saying garam garam biryani, garam garam bhaji. That is good thing. Okay. Take the screenshot. I know, I know. Done. Screenshot. Okay. Second slide. Take it. Yeah. Tea lovers are mostly there. I'm also a tea lover. Tea always. Not the other one. You are multi-talented person, sir. My appreciation. Thank you, Marley. Thank you. Yeah. Guys, okay. Let me ask online people. Yes. So how are the classes? How are the classes going on? Smooth as butter. How are the classes? Best, huh? Navina, super, smooth, excellent, best, super. Very nice. Very nice, guys. Are you able to get a lot of things? Very nice. Proud of you guys. Very good. Excellent. Okay. So no problem. Let's go smoothly, slowly, steadily, and win the race. Okay. Very good, Stiti. Very nice. Good to see all these things. Nice feedbacks. Okay. Great. So enjoy, Madi. So that is all, guys. Can you give the final CC for today? CC with smile. Okay. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next ST topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and good night and enjoy the weather. And come tomorrow with energetic. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye. Good night.